Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today to talk about marketing your cookie sale. So, in case I haven't met you before, my name is Candace Nelson, and I am the Director of Marketing for the Girl Scouts of Black Diamond Council. So, I work with marketing just about every single day, and that includes things like our social media, press releases, website updates, anything that you can think of that involves communication that falls under my department. So like I said, let's talk about marketing your cookie sale. We're really excited this year. We have the We've Got This theme, which I think we all can get behind. There's a few different parts of marketing that I want to go over, but let's talk about why that's important. So Girls and Troops are selling these cookies, but we have to make sure that they know, that people know about it, so they're able to purchase and help support those. So whenever our girls are marketing, whenever we are marketing, that includes anything in the social media, emails, graphics, and other communications, as I mentioned earlier, that field that helps promote the sale. So let's start with social media. We know that a lot of our sales will be virtual this year just due to the nature of everything. We definitely pivoted a lot more to virtual at the end of the last cookie sale. So this time we want to have that at the forefront of our mind and make sure that social media is a big part of that. So I want to share this.
Social media is a great way to promote the Girl Scout Cookie program, and it has big benefits for girls. Getting the word out on social helps girls find more customers and reach their goals. So how can you get started? Little Brownie Bakers has the social media resources you need. Made for families and volunteers like you, these resources are available on littlebrownie.com as ready-made social posts, complete with fun visuals and captions. New posts will be added throughout Girl Scout cookie season and in the months leading up to it, so make sure to check back often for fresh content. Not sure where to start? No worries. This resource makes it easy for you to help girls reach their goals. Find graphics to promote booths around holidays and events like football weekends or Valentine's Day. Between events, you can choose a general cookie season post. Share one that shows your followers why it's important to support girl entrepreneurs. Or start a countdown to the end of the season. Creating excitement couldn't be simpler. Just click and share. For tips and resources to help support a virtual Girl Scout cookie season, check out the We've Got This toolkit on littlebrownie.com. These easy-to-use social resources will help your Girl Scout achieve success this cookie season.
So as you know, Little Brownie Bakers is our supplier for Girl Scout cookies, and they already have a great amount of this available for social on their website. So that cute little video just gets at some of those different options that you can find on Ideal Cookie Sale and Little Brownie Bakers. All of those different websites provide some graphics and some detail there. So to kind of get into that a little bit more, I want to talk specifically about what those posts can look like. So for example, can share the link to the storefront on private social media channels. And I suggest private social media channels as opposed to the yard sale sites or anything like that, because safety is really at the forefront here. We want to make sure girls are staying safe while also being able to share their sale with friends and family. So if you are sharing that on your private Facebook, where you're only friends with people that you know, that makes sense, but avoid going out into the stranger territory. So you can see how we've done something similar. This is for our fall product program. We simply made a short little link, the bit.ly, and we were able to customize it so that it's a little bit easier to type in and it looks a little better. And it's easier for people to remember. So if they're just scrolling and they happen to see this but don't click on it right away, GSBDC Nuts is a lot easier to remember than, say, a 24 string of characters that has all these different capitalizations. So simple. This is our main Facebook page, so this is a much larger audience. And this is sharing to a council page, so we don't have to worry about the individual girls and keeping them safe since this is going through us. But this is an example of what one of those posts might look like. So one thing that folks really like to see is the impact that they're making. So they like to see where the money goes, as well as they want to learn about the cookies from the girls. So if girls can share what maybe their favorite cookie is, or maybe a recipe that they've made with cookies, that really adds that personal touch there, and helps really generate some more content that you can share on social. So if you've had a recipe, people would love to see what you've made. There are also these resources with Little Brownie where you can just save and paste so that you can use those. But I love that personal element. If there are girls that can talk about what they love or what they've made, that always helps. Also, learning about what the girls want to do with that cookie money. So this is a cute video that we have of one Girl Scout who's talking directly to the camera and talking about what she wants to do or why she wants you to buy from her. I feel like this really puts it in perspective for people. It really helps them see where their money is going. If a Girl Scout is standing in front of you and saying, I want to earn money so that we can go on this trip, or so that we can do these activities and earn these badges, that, you know, couple bucks doesn't seem quite as much because it's really going toward a good cause. To help illustrate that, girls can also share what they were able to do in previous years. So if you had proceeds from a previous cookie sale or even a fall product sale that enabled your girl to be able to go on a trip, learn something new, that can help propel this year's sale forward, because people can see what it really goes to and how they can help them. And there's Hope down in the corner there. Tag-alongs, which are one of my favorites. Just a quick list of some other ideas. The possibilities are endless, but targeted seasonal posts. So if you ever look at things like national calendar holidays, you can see that there's a National Cookie Day, there's probably a National Peanut Butter Day, there's a National Caramel Day, and these can all apply to the different cookies. Some, you can stretch them a little bit to, maybe peanut butter isn't specifically for tag-alongs, but tag-alongs contain peanut butter, so I think it makes sense. So having some sort of news angle, some sort of hook there, not only helps your post get seen more in the algorithm, but it sticks better with people as opposed to just a hard sell. Countdown to cookie season. We'll be starting that here soon, as well as countdown to when the cookies may be delivered. You could do countdowns to the last day to order. There's a bunch of different deadlines, as you know. So if you're keeping your audience informed, that urgency always sticks with people a little bit better. So if they only have 24 hours to do something, they're much more likely to get it done, because otherwise you might put it off and say, I'll order later. So if you're keeping in touch with them and letting them know as those different deadlines are coming up, that's helpful for social posts. Some other ideas, Facebook Lives. I mentioned we always love seeing the girls and seeing, what they're excited about or what they want to use the cookie money for. So getting to see the girl live in person as close as we can, which would be through a Facebook Live, puts it in, makes it more personal, makes it feel as though we are really helping an individual. Facebook events are a great tool that I don't see utilized often, but they can be really, really helpful for a few reasons. If you create an actual event in Facebook, you can invite everybody. So one, you're making sure that they are actually seeing it, because with Facebook algorithms, it's very difficult to actually get even in people's feeds. But two, you can post there, and if anybody who said that they are interested or going, they will receive a push notification. So you're able to get right in front of them on Facebook a lot easier than you may be if you're just posting on your regular page. Thank yous, handwritten cards, social media shout outs. I know that when I bought cookies in my previous role, the Girl Scout wrote a handwritten card saying thank you, and it was just the sweetest thing, and I still have it. Because it's really, again, bringing that personal element. I didn't even get to buy, I didn't get to see her, but I bought from the mom. So, and I know a lot of parents take that order card to work. But when you are able to get that sort of personal feel, that connection and building those relationships, that's really where the sales will come from. And if we're still worried about, actual in-person materials, social media shout outs work well too. You can always say thanks so much to so-and-so for placing their order. And that might incentivize some other folks to go ahead and place theirs as well. Wanted to throw this in here. This is also from Little Brownie Bakers. They actually submitted a social media calendar as sort of a planning tool on their website for folks to use. So I use a version of this for our social media posts. So we can keep an eye out for what's posting when, making sure there's no overlap. And again, maybe marking down those national holidays. And just making sure that you have some sort of cadence, some sort of rhythm to posting instead of saying, oh gosh, I haven't posted for 2 weeks. Not only will Facebook bury those posts a little bit more because you've been less active, but your audience might forget. And we know that every day can count. Some final tips here on social media. Photos are incredible in terms of engagement. I know it's not always easy to add a photo, but something as simple as like a box of cookies, if you don't have an opportunity to take a picture of the girl, can help increase engagement by 35%. Videos will also increase engagement by about 50%. I know that videos are more labor intensive, but I also know a lot of our girls love to get in front of the camera and talk to folks. So if you're able to get videos, that will really help your posts be seen more often. Be engaging. You can use those features that are native to Facebook, like polls or GIFs or whatever it may be, to help kind of change things up so they're not seeing text post after text post after text post. And answering people's questions. Customer service is a huge part of what we do. We get a lot of questions either through Messenger or people may comment on the actual posts. And it could be as simple as how much are these cookies this year? Are these gluten-free? And, likely there are answers that you already know. But being able to directly respond to that person, of course, makes them feel seen and may just lead to a direct sale. Okay, so let's touch on emails. So we might not think of email as a primary way to sell cookies. However, email is increasingly becoming more important for our day-to-day interactions, even more so than it once was. With the nature of a lot of folks still working from home, email is just crucial. So if you're able to get your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers emails, you're able to send a direct appeal to them. And it goes directly into their inbox. So unlike Facebook, where Facebook determines what's showing in your news feed, the email is going to get to the person as long as you have the right address. So keep in mind some folks that might frequent their email so that you can get in front of them more easily. So maybe businesses, organizations, church, athletic teams. There's a lot of opportunity to get to people, directly send them the link to your storefront, and just let them know that, this is something you're doing. You're hoping that we can raise money for whatever goals that you have this year, and that their little contribution can help you get that much further. Let's touch on graphics now. So Little Brownie, as we mentioned, has a lot of these different graphics that you can use on their website. So for example, they have cover photos, so that background photo on Facebook, your actual profile photo, so the one that's seen when you're scrolling through your news feed. There are also Facebook frames available. So if you want to keep your face as your profile photo, but maybe add something to it, there are frames that will go around the edges and say, you know, it's cookie season, ask me how you can purchase and whatnot. And then pinned posts. So if somebody goes to your page on social media, on Facebook, and you have a pinned post, that means it's going to be the very first post that they see. So maybe not necessarily the most recent one, but if you have a great post that has a video and it talks about how people can purchase cookies, that might be one that you want to pin to the top of your page so that people will see it as soon as they come. Virtual backgrounds. Gosh, okay, so Little Brownie has a ton of just really cute backgrounds that you can use. These graphics are adorable. You can pick out your favorite cookie. But as we mentioned, we know so many of our activities have transitioned to virtual. So something as simple as having a cookie background if you're in a meeting or maybe school or whatever it may be, there's a way to subtly market the sale. And these are all available. They're already pre-made. You can get them directly from Little Brownie's website. So it makes it quick and easy. And if you're in a pinch, you could also use these as graphics just to post on social as well. And in person. So I definitely want to touch on some things that we can do in person, of course, by being socially distanced and safe. These are over on the left here, we have door hangers. So this is an opportunity to put these on neighbors' doors without actually having to talk to them face-to-face in person. And they can fill out whatever they want right then and there, and then you can deliver it with no contact. So just thinking through some of these different opportunities that we can take advantage of and pivot a little bit for the in-person activity. Other things like yard signs, I've seen some really cute signs that say, you know, Girl Scout cookies sold here. Recipe cards, we mentioned being able to post those on social, but having an actual physical recipe card is also helpful for folks that are interested in learning about what may have gluten or what may be processed in a facility with nuts and whatnot. So these are different printed materials and collateral that you can use that you can drop off at a place or maybe send to work with somebody or send to a meeting. And then finally, the gift of caring flyer as well. So we know that gift of caring is a big part of what we do. We want to make sure that we are encouraging folks, especially if, you know, they are unable to enjoy cookies themselves. It's a great opportunity to give back to our community and make sure that we're spreading the love there. Earned media. So for those who are unaware, earned media means getting a story in a newspaper or digital, radio, TV, whatever it may be, because it's newsworthy, because we're doing something cool, as opposed to paying for it. So if Girl Scouts are doing something really cool and innovative, talk to me so that we can work out something to make sure that we get some media coverage for it. So for example, you may remember last year we had Rory, who ended up being able to sell cookies in all 50 states. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty newsworthy because that's not something you see every day. So we worked together to get some news releases out, and it went nationwide. We had a great amount of coverage on that. So think through as you're doing these things, if you are doing a different event or doing something fun and different, let me know so that we can work together to figure out how we can get some attention for that. So we touched on gift of caring briefly, but I wanted to bring it back to the forefront of your mind so that you can remind folks that they don't necessarily have to have the cookies themselves if they're uninterested or unable, but they can help support you, support the girls while also supporting the community. So these are going to Gold Star Mothers, as well as the National Guard Armory up in Parkersburg. So it's still a nice little treat. Even if they can't enjoy it, they can still, kind of pay it forward. And then just want to wrap up here soon, but I wanted to end on hearing some tips from an actual top seller herself. Tanya Martin has been a top seller in both cookies and fall product sale for a number of seasons now. So I wanted to share her sweet video so that you can get an idea of what she thinks works.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanya from Troop 37400. I was one of the top cookie sellers this year, and I just wanted to tell you how I became one of the top cookie sellers. One of the ways that I did it was I went to everyone I know, and some people that I didn't know. Like, I sold to some people in Virginia, I sold to people in West Virginia, all over the states. Using the online website, I sold to over 11 states. 11 states. That's a lot of states. And I mean more than one from each of them. I had at least 2 or 3 from each. The website allows you to do, record your voice, send a link to people, send little invites and stuff to them. And, you can even make videos. And as you go, you collect different things in this room. And you collect cookies, and you'll collect backpacks, and you'll collect all these different items for the room. And it's really fun because the more you sell, the more you get. And it's kind of we gotta earn this. It's kind of like a game. And it makes it really fun to get those items, just like badges and patches. As you can see, I have some here and I have some here because I sell all these cookies because of the money we get off of them. And our trips are so fun. We went to the launching pad one year, we went camping, we went horseback riding. Anyway, another way that I do this is I just never give up. Every day there is a day, I go out. The more you can push it, the more people will buy, and the more people buy, the more you'll have. I've went out in the snow and sold, and it's really not that bad. As long as you have the proper equipment. Actually, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but when people see you out in the snow, they know you work harder. So they'll buy more in spite of the fact that you came to their house in the middle of a storm. Another way you can do this is just by talking to someone, bring up in a conversation hey, thanks, I'm working on some Girl Scout cookies right now, I wanna buy, and then hand them a form. The one box for every customer you get can actually build up to be a lot. Also, even though they're only $5, people say that that's too much and that they can't have them sometimes. Just ask them to donate. If they say no to that, go on with your day and just try to be happy. No matter what, try to be happy and put on a smiling face. The more people see that you're encouraged, the more they'll buy as well. Another way that I do it is I just kind of show them, hey, I'm gonna go to this trip, I need the money for these badges and patches, and I just show them. And then most of the people will be here's $20, keep the change. They say stuff like that. We donate to another company named Children's Home Society. We give them the cookies because they don't get a whole lot of items to eat as dessert-wise. So we gave them to them because we wanted the Children's Home Society kids to feel like normal kids and have something to look forward to in the spring. Thank you, have a nice day, and bye.
my gosh, she is just so sweet. But I thought that those were some really fun ideas, hearing it from a Girl Scout herself on, what works. So I wanted to share a few different links here that you can write down. I want you to know that the marketing department is here to help. We are happy to work with you to help make sure that our season is successful. So if you have images to share, we would love to post those on our main sites. You can see that's BDGSC images there. If you might need help with creating something, you can always speak with your MDM or reach out to us, whether that's an email, social, a graphic. We can work together to try to figure out how to best utilize those. And then if your girls are in the news, that's something that we would also like to share. So these are all different resources that you can use to help communicate with us and make sure that we're working together to help get the word out, and make sure that our girls achieve those goals. So if you have any questions or if I can help you in any way, please feel free to reach out via email or phone. You can see my email there, candace.nelson@bdgsc.org. I check my email religiously, so feel free to give me a shout. If you don't already, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And make sure to interact and like our different content, and we can share yours as well. So thanks so much for joining me here today. I hope that you learned a little something, and again, hoping to chat with you soon and make this the best season yet. Thanks, everybody.